And it is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com, and our visit with a couple of young ladies here representing the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, actually a fundraiser on its behalf. Presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. They come to us from S&T Bank. Kristain Krecota is with us this morning, and Chrissy Putt. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both in the studio with us. How'd I do, Kristain?
You did great. You got my name pronunciation just right.
You know, the pressure was really big. I didn't know if I could handle it, but I did it. I did it.
We knew you would.
Hey, you're going to head off to the races, huh? This
We
is a
are.
wonderful. Now, this is called A Night at the Races?
Yes, Night at the Races.
Tell me about it.
So Night at the Races is a fundraiser that we're doing involving the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The Night at the Races is an audience-driven participation event where actual horse races are being played on a big screen, and we're going to recreate the atmosphere as if you're at the races.
Oh.
Guests can own horses and place bets throughout the evening on each race, and they will enjoy an exciting, competitive, fun evening while raising money for a great cause.
All right. So you pick your horse.
You pick your horse.
You name your horse. You name your horse?
You can buy a horse and be a horse owner,
Uh-huh.
and then you name it,
Uh-huh.
and then it's going to run through. We're going to run probably 10 different races, and the guests will place bets on those races, and if you win the race, you get some money, and the rest of it will benefit the Leukemia Society.
All right. So what's the wheres and the whens?
So it is Friday, January 17th at the Eagles in Indiana. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. Dinner will be served at 6:30, and the races start at 7 o'clock.
Tickets on sale now?
Tickets are on sale now. You can contact Kristain Patrick at 724-465-1438 to purchase the tickets. And it is $35 if you just want to come and have the dinner, and there is draft beer that's included in that. Or if you want to be a horse owner, you can donate $50, and that includes your dinner, the draft beer, and owning a horse.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Sounds like a night of fun.
Should be.
I'm going to ask you before we're done with this to give that contact information
Absolutely.
again to get your tickets. So that's one part of our visit here this morning. The other is who benefits from this, Chrissy?
Yeah, so we worked with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, I want to say like earlier this year, but we're in a new year. In 2025, S&T employees and friends and coworkers came together and started fundraising for LLS, and we did the Light the Night Walk. So we had that in various parts of Pennsylvania and Ohio, and the employees came together, and we raised a good bit of money for them already. Kristen's planning more in 2025. We have a golf outing. Is it June?
June, the first weekend in June at Meadowlanes. So plug for that.
Yeah, and the horse race is the kickoff, but a lot of us went to that and helped fundraise people with these blood cancers. I mean, everybody knows somebody in some way, whether it's a coworker or whether it's a family member. Cancer in general, but then the leukemia, lymphoma, and also they're really the global leader in fundraising, and also with Hodgkin's disease and myeloma. And the bank supports employees being involved in the community and coming out and making people our purpose and finding causes that mean something to us. And
Well, and you said it. You said it so well. Causes that mean something to us. And you're right. Everybody knows somebody who's had a blood cancer. And it's shocking how many of these cases there are and how quickly they come upon a person.
I know somebody who was diagnosed recently, a family member, and when we went to these Light the Night events, they were really neat. Specifically, we were outside of Acrisure Stadium. And if you ever go to one of these, it's beautiful. We walked around at nighttime, and we all had lanterns that we carry, and they all have different meanings. So some of our employees held red ones, and that's for someone currently fighting. Some of them chose a gold color because that's somebody that passed, and then some of our employees, and also they brought children and spouses and things, carried white for survivors. So we all had a different reason or a different person that we had the intention for, and those Light the Night events are really, that was my first time.
Wow, I bet you that was gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous to see. And then when you add the meaning.
Yeah, and they had different speakers talking about how it was really a nice event.
Yeah. So that's an obvious reason for folks to step up here. But and you know, it's as you said as well. It's part of what S&T is about.
Right.
Always a cause out there, and S&T usually is able to embrace it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I will say about S&T, so we always for years had 8 years of paid volunteer time. Now they doubled that. A few years ago when we hit our 120th anniversary, our CEO and our leadership team came together and said, we're going to double that. So you get 16 hours paid time to volunteer. And we have a system where you can go in and choose what cause you want to be involved in. Mm-hmm. And for some people, they'll say, I can't stand the thought of a child going hungry. So then they will volunteer for ICAP or a food bank and fight food insecurity. And then somebody else might feel particularly drawn to help veterans, fight homelessness. Mm-hmm. There is such a wide variety. And then you can say, I feel drawn, I want to do something for LLS or whatever, and, volunteer your own idea. Yeah. And get the support. It's really, when we say people forward banking and our people forward purpose, obviously it's financial, but it's the entire individual making the communities better as a whole, mm-hmm. everywhere we operate.
Yeah. So. It's amazing. It's amazing to see the reach.
Yeah. Pennsylvania and Ohio, all sorts of things.
It's pretty special. Kristin, people can come on board as sponsors of this event too, correct?
Yes, they can. We're looking for beverage sponsors and the meal sponsor. They can reach out to Kristain Patrick as well and talk to her about how they can sponsor part of the dinner or part of the beverages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you have a personal story, or you, Chrissy? You mentioned a family member.
So I have a family member who was recently diagnosed in his 30s, and he's doing well, but he's going to have to, undergo treatment. And part of LLS too is they support the whole family. So when someone is diagnosed, it is obviously the individual, but it's their entire family. So it's supportive services because everybody's going through it. Mm-hmm. I also have a coworker that lost a child. So, we had written about that and done a story on that. And so that was who we carried our, and it was many years ago, but it's just as heartbreaking today.
Yeah.
And we carried the gold lantern for him. So that's my personal connection.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do. Do you?
Actually, one of my coworkers, her husband was diagnosed almost a year ago, mm-hmm. and he has come out and is working on surviving and getting past this and beating it. So that was probably my biggest, draw to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Well, that's terrific. Okay, so it's January the what?
It's Friday, January 17th.
Okay.
And you can purchase tickets in advance by calling Kristain Patrick at 724-465-1438. And because of the food constraints and making the program, we can't take walk-ins that night.
Okay.
But we can, we'd love to get the community support, and everyone can just reach out to that phone number and we'll get them signed up.
Yeah.
Actually, I think January 10th is our deadline for...
Yes.
So even though the event's on the 17th, by the 10th, we would like to know who's coming. So we can
this Friday.
Yeah, that's this Friday.
Yeah. All right, time to get on board, boys and girls.
Yes.
Climb on the pony.
And it's a unique event. There's not a lot of horse races around here yet. I mean, you have cash bashes and you have purse things, but this is something a little bit different that we're bringing in. And there's nothing going on in January. I mean, you had the holidays and you had New Year's, but now it's what do we do in mid-January?
Yeah. No, we figured it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Yes.
Oh, it's a fun thing. I know that others have tried this before and have said it's met with great success, and it turns into a really, really fun night as you start cheering on your horse and cheering against the other guy's horse.
Absolutely.
I think naming a horse would be difficult for me.
Yeah? I was going to ask, Kristin, what would you name your horse?
Oh, my gosh. So, of course, the first one that everybody picks is Who Farted, right? So the announcer is saying that. My horse's name is actually Potato. So
that doesn't sound very fast.
It's not going to be fast, but it'll be fun. It's all fun.
Well, and as much as I write, I have no idea what I would name a horse yet. Do you?
It's January 6th, and we've already had our quote of the year on Indiana in the Morning.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Kristin, provided that.
You're
We're
welcome.
going to shut it down for the rest of the year because we can't top that one.
It's not what I expected either, but it's pretty funny.
It's hoof-hearted,
Yeah.
We got it. We got it, Kristin. You don't have
just
to
making
elaborate.
Sure, we're clear.
Nothing further is needed there. Give us the contact information again.
Kristain Patrick, 724-465-1438. And if you don't get her the first try, just leave a message on her voicemail and she'll get right back to you.
Ladies, thanks. January 10th, this Friday, is the deadline.
Yes.
Yep.
So make the call. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for
It
having
is the
us.
voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. And it is a Monday morning, and Monica Nelson is here with this morning's Money Matters Report.